Hi everyone, thanks for tuning in with us today. Hoping everyone is doing okay with everything going on. Today's movements are really designed to help reduce stress. I know throughout the day sometimes I'm finding myself feeling a bit anxious with everything that we're going through. So hopefully these two movements help us feel a little bit better. So before we start, I'd like for you to do just a pre-assessment of what's called your thoracic rotation. So go ahead and put your feet all the way together, hands out in front of you, and I want you to try to rotate to each side and kind of see where your hands end up. So keeping your feet together, where are your hands pointing? If you kind of turn as far as you can without pain. And remember where those 2 points are, and we'll reassess after this movement. I want you to go ahead and get down on the ground. You'll need some kind of pillow and a mat if you have one, if you're on a hard floor, or a towel so that you're not leaning with your hip on a hard surface. Go ahead and take one of your legs, cross your ankle over your knee, just like this. So if you look at me facing this way, I'm just taking my ankle and crossing it over my knee. If that's too challenging for you, you can actually just roll onto your side and keep your knees together. Make sure that you're squeezing them together the whole time, if this is too much of a stretch. If this is okay, I want you to cross your ankle over your knee, roll all the way on your side so your knee is actually in contact with the ground. Go ahead and relax your head on the pillow and reach your hands out in front of you. And keeping your knee in contact with the ground, I want you to open up your top arm. And try to look towards your hand. Come back where you started. And then go ahead, open up your top arm. Try to focus on letting your breath happen. Open up your top arm. Come back where you started. And what I'm focusing on is, rather than thinking about reaching my hand as far as I can, I'm actually thinking about opening up my ribs in this direction without forcing it. Good, bring it back where you started. We'll do one more. Again, open up your arm. Good, and then go ahead and switch sides. The easiest way to switch sides is to actually roll this way. So again, we're gonna cross the other leg, the other ankle over your knee, and you're gonna roll to the other side. I'm not gonna do it that way because you won't be able to hear me as well, so I'm actually gonna flip around, but that's the easiest way. Again, you're on your back, you're gonna cross your opposite leg over, roll so that right knee now is in contact with the ground. I'm gonna stay facing you. Okay, so now we're doing our opposite side. Again, making sure your knee stays in contact with the ground. Reach both arms out in front. Gonna open up. Try to look towards your hand. Come back where you started. Opening up your top arm. Looking towards your hand, not forcing it. Make sure you're breathing. Come back where you started. Open up. Back where you started, and last one. Open up. Come back where you started. This is really important to keep your knee in contact with the ground, because what it does is it sets your lower back in a fixed position, which allows for your upper back to be the one that's rotating. Because again, we want to make sure our lower backs actually are the ones that are stabilizing and not moving. And we're asking for your upper back to really get some mobility in this movement pattern. All right, so now go ahead and come onto your back with your knees bent. Hands on your belly. And if you're feeling anxious throughout your day, this is really helpful to kind of bring you back to a more centered position. Just focusing on your breath in general is really helpful as it relates to anxiety. So this might be something you can do in spurts throughout your day to help you just feel better. Hands on your belly. I want you to breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. And before you start to do this, I want you to think about breathing in through your nose for 4 seconds and exhaling through your mouth for 6. So as best you can, really think about that inhale coming into your hands. So rather than inhaling up in your shoulders, you really want to think about getting a belly breath. And again, none of this should feel forced at all. So thinking about 4 seconds in, 6 seconds out. So we'll do it together. In through your nose, out through your mouth, in through your nose, out through your mouth, in through your nose, out through your mouth, good, and just relax, breathe normally. If the timing of my breath doesn't work well for you, feel free to do it on your own cadence. And I'd love for you to try 5 breaths like that on your own. In through your nose for 4 seconds, out through your mouth for 6. So let's go ahead and do that together at our own cadence now. So I'm not gonna walk you through it. Let's just do our breaths on our own simultaneously. Alright, slowly open your eyes. Whew. And just give yourself a moment. Go ahead and roll onto your side. Slowly come up. Cool. We'll come up to standing nice and easily. Kind of let your blood fall back down towards your feet. And then once you have a little bit of time, let's go ahead and reassess our thoracic rotation. So feet together, hands in front of you. Just gonna open up to one side and see if you're a little bit better, a little bit further. And sending everyone love. Hope that helps. Take care.